Hi, I'm Shonna Murrey with the Ira Real Estate team, brokered by eXp Realty. Today we're going to talk about what type of builds there are. We're going to talk about spec homes, semi-custom homes, and custom homes. What is a spec home and what should you expect? A spec home is a house that a builder has already decided they are building on a lot. So they've either started the build or it's almost done. It's something that you are not going to be able to pick out any of the finishes. So if it has already been started building, they've probably already ordered the cabinets, the countertops, the carpet, the paint. There's going to be very few things that you get to pick out. Sometimes they are actually at the end of the build cycle, so it's almost done when you go to look at it. So that is a spec home. It's a house that a builder has built with no particular buyer in mind. Next is going to be a semi-custom home. So this is a house that you are going to be able to customize somewhat. Usually you are not going to have as many choices as you would with a custom builder. And with a semi-custom home, you're going to be able to pick out things in the build, whether that be paint color, countertops, cabinets, carpet. What you're going to need to remember for a semi-custom home is dependent on when you are going to start the build. So you want to make sure that in the purchase agreement, you want to make sure that you do a plans and specs time frame in your purchase agreement and that you allow for any changes. Some builders are going to charge you a change fee if you make any changes. So you want to make sure that you have an agent that's used to doing new construction and they know what to look for when you're doing contracts for a new construction home. On a custom build, you're going to build that house from the ground up. So you're going to have a plans and specs meeting. You're going to go over blueprints. You're going to go over possibly moving walls. You're going to be going back and forth multiple times, usually, that you are looking at blueprints. You're going to send them back. You're looking at least 6 to 9 months now after the pandemic, maybe 6 to 12 months on a build cycle. So anytime that you're doing a custom home, you're going to be spending more money and it's going to take longer. Same thing with a semi-custom. It will take longer than a spec home. Usually, again, a spec home has already been built. When you are doing your contracts for new construction, you want to make sure that you have any upgrades up front. Because when you go to do construction, you are going to have to pay for those upgrades later on if you don't add it from the very beginning. So you want to make sure that you talk about those things all up front with your builder. What is their process? What is your time frame to pick out all your picks? Lastly, my biggest thing, and again, this doesn't necessarily go with the process, but make sure that when you get pre-approved for new construction, you understand that your rate is not being locked in. And that you can't go out and buy a bunch of furniture because then you could potentially not get approved for your loan. So again, not part of the actual build process, but is very important in building with new construction. If you have any questions about building a brand new house from scratch or buying a custom, if you have any questions about building, buying, selling, or investment, please reach out to me and my team. We're here to help you. Again, I'm Shonna Murrey with the Ira Real Estate team, brokered by eXp.